The program started with one classroom of infants, 0 to 6 months. And from there, when I took it, excuse me a second.
And you'll notice the only addition is that beautiful cupcake. I meant the pastry. Well, her too, yes,
Yeah,
of course.
I'm not doing too good today, but so let's. You asked about
one room.
Where did we start and where we are now, and where do I think that we were? Where would I like for us to go?
And the radius of the community you serve.
Okay, so we're situated in Swain and Jackson County. There are roughly over 7,000 enrolled members probably that live on the Paula boundary. We have a very select group. We select students for the school. We are not a first come first serve. So that first group of students, you have to understand that the language and even the romantic notion of what the founders thought it would be is kind of everybody was kind of like skeptical because they're like, no one had ever done that. Because what happens whenever you've had how many years of being subjected to somebody else's education system, and so you're so narrowly focused and your blinders are on it that nothing is as good as what white people tell us is mandated.
The history book.
Yes. This is what education is supposed to look like, and if it doesn't look like this, then it's substandard. So it was my child was in that group. I actually was a parent first, and my mother is a Cherokee speaker, so I was kind of recruited because they wanted my mom. So when I was pregnant with my last child, I was recruited, and I was skeptical. And I had just started working for the tribe as an oral historian. So I recorded elders and stories and did videos and things. And so that's
right up my alley.
What I started doing for the tribe. And I put my son in when he was 6 months. A month later, the manager left, and I wound up getting a call, and you've got immersion. And I'm like, bah! I don't even know what to do with it. I don't even know. My kid just started a month ago. I'm still skeptical. So, I'm a researcher, so I researched, and our community events that we had, speakers gatherings, it was my mom's idea. Let's have a meal where speakers get together in the communities, and we just use the language. And I was like, okay. And at the time I was an acting program manager of a cultural resources and Cherokee language program. From there, I took them and merged them into one because I don't see them as two being separate things. Yes. So we went out to the communities, and I have them. I have a video, and I speak about this, and it shows a picture of the man that I'm talking about. We're in a community meeting, and my language skills are growing. Sometimes they lessen, sometimes they grow, depending on how tired I am. But we were in a meeting, and we had a parent language class, and the instructor was, going around, how do you say this, and how do you say that? And so we had practiced, and he knew I had practiced the word for smells. And so he's like, Toadsua, smells. I'm like, oh, yes, I get to participate because I know this word. Well, the problem is that I'm also very sarcastic, and I like to gather information that I can use to make fun of you with, because that's what we do. Cherokees, we're funny. At least we think we're funny. So that kind of trigger flipped somewhere in my head, and what I said was "Zock shame," and it came out of my mouth, and I was like, "Oh no! What did I just say? Shoot! That's not what I said." But what he had said was smells, and it smells, and what my response was, instead of saying the Cherokee word for it smells, was I said your butt.
Oh no!
Because when I learned the word smells, I automatically started putting sentences together to make fun of that person in Cherokee. So what came out was your butt
smells,
and so I was like, oh, and I was just mortified because, you know, all those Cherokee speakers were sitting there and the elders in the room. I'm like, oh no, what did I say? And one of the gentlemen sitting next to me, he was like in his 70s, and he just busted out laughing, and he was laughing so hard, he grabbed his side, he was leaning over in his chair, and everybody, I had a picture of him, and his eyes were crinkled up on the sides, and I was just like, you have these epiphany moments, and that wasn't, it was a light moment, but it also kind of opened a window that I hadn't seen before, or hadn't felt. You can see, you can hear, and you have to put all those things together, and hopefully you're fortunate enough to feel things. And so I saw and felt, whoa, this is what this language is about. This is what all this synergy going on in this room. They're happy. Why are they happy? Because they're happy because they're talking to each other in Cherokee. And when we see people that are at the end of their days and they have Alzheimer's, or they're in nursing homes, the language they revert back to is their first language. Yeah. And that always just baffles me and amazes me at the same time, because I'm like, that is, when they say when you start as a child and then, you know, you can go back to your childish ways whenever you have to have a diaper when you get older, and you're, you know, you're losing your faculties. But guess what they didn't lose? They didn't lose being Cherokee.
Yeah.
Their
Wow.
holidays. So as we looked at how to get the language back, we're having to fight against stigmas of education. We're having to fight against people that are thinking that we're going to have learning disabled kids. You know, they're not going to be able to speak English, and they're not going to be able to read. I'm like, what? You speak English all the time. We have them for 20% of their waking hours out of an entire year. Less than 20%. So all that other 80% is English, English, English. Oh my gosh. My doctor came from Japan. He only spoke Japanese. His lessons were in Japanese. He moved to America, and he opened a practice and learned to speak English. How do you not understand that this works? It's, you know, code switching.
And necessity.
Code switching, and we underestimate how smart children are, and how languages can open up the mind, and so where are we now? We're doing the best job that we possibly can with speakers dying every month. We lost 3 in 2 months is about the average, and so we have all these little pockets of things that we're working on. It's like this big spider web when I try to show people, this is what we have to do. This is what I think that we have to do. This is what I feel we have to do, taking into consideration the feedback that we get. What do you think? You think. All of those things, what do we have to do? It's a big network. It's adult education. It's promoting the language in print. It's promoting the language in communities. It's educating. It's partnering with other tribes. It's partnering with the school system that is English only, so that we can share resources. It's putting things into print. It's translating books and materials. It's translating music, because music is something that stopped. So what do we have? Church hymns. Do you know how bored kids get with singing church hymns all the time? I'm not sacrilegious. I'm not atheist. It's just they don't want to sing Amazing Grace every day.
Right.
They want to sing, Hip Hop Hooray, but we're trying to find a way to make it Hip Hop Hooray in Cherokee.
Is the music surviving? The Cherokee music?
What would you consider Cherokee music?
Well, you're drumming, you're rattling, you're... Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you do that. That stuff stays, but you also, in order to compete with it, just like Sequoia, making...
enough of a change that it survives.
Yes, it has to change to survive. Printed material has to change and be relevant to everything around in order to attract and keep a child's interest. So we're adapting Beauty and the Beast, and making it's a play. It's a play. Kids don't always want to put on a pair of moccasins. Are we going to beat them because they don't want to put on moccasins? See, it's reverse. It's reverse. Are we going to punish our kids because they don't want to speak Cherokee? So what do we have to do to make them excited about being Cherokee? If they don't want to put on a ribbon dress all the time, I don't want to wear a ribbon dress all the time. I don't need to parade around in ribbon and silver to show that I'm Cherokee.
Right.
So, and I fight that battle, so I know a 5-year-old is going to be like, I got to put on a,
Look stereotypical.
Stereotypical. The kids, they want to, they want to sing, so we'll make songs for them that are in Cherokee. They're so Cherokee. Just because they're not with the, to the tune of a shell shaker or a wooden flute.
Do you have a writers group?
We have. We have a music teacher. Who works with Cherokee speakers to translate stuff. We adapt English songs. We had Dr. Seuss's birthday today, so we had pink cupcakes. We had green eggs and ham this morning. You can translate. It doesn't have the same rhyme, as Dr. Seuss crafted, but it's what they see on the walls when they leave here.
Wow.
So we have a Transformer poster that's in Cherokee syllabary. So I don't see that we're giving up on anything.
How old's your oldest student?
12.
So he's soon to become a teacher of the new people coming in.
Well, we have students that are students in elementary, and then we have students that are adults. So.
Oh, that's right too, because you have
so
immersion with them.
All that stuff is going on. So,
wow, incredible.
What would I like to see happen for the generations is that we have a Cherokee speaking community, one that is economically economically viable. What really is frustrating is because people put a dollar sign on everything. And if you look at mission statements from schools across the country, what do they say? That they'll be college ready and globally successful.
I'll apologize if you took that as my meaning.
No. I'm globally successful.
You just hit me like a brick. You idiot. You asked her to put a dollar sign on this school. I didn't.
No. It's just... But the way that the world works today, if it doesn't have some sort of economic value, then there's no interest or...
And they have no way to rate it.
They have no way to put a dollar sign on it. Where is the job? Where is the job for these speakers you're going to create? I'm like, we're enhancing life.
You're right.
I can't put a dollar figure on enhancing life. We can't do that.
Preserving history.
Yeah, we're just taking back what was taken from.
Yeah.
We're taking back. That's all we're doing. We're not taking anything away from anyone at all. We're not taking anything away or devaluing English. We're not taking anything away from the communities around us. We're not taking anything away from our own community. We're just trying to add back.
Wow. I don't know how I'm going to repay you for this.